Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good morning to everyone. Thank you for joining the KICT Intellectual Talk series webinar today. Alhamdulillah, today I'm blessed to have Dr. Karul Azmi, our Deputy Dean, Student Development and Community Engagement as our speaker. So before we start our session, let's recite Ummah Kitab Al-Fatihah. Before we start, there is some information pertaining to this webinar. Please mute your microphone during the sharing session. We will have around 1.5 hour presentation from the speaker, and this includes the question and answer session. If you have any questions, you may write them in the chat box area, or you may turn on your mic to ask the questions. And last but not least, don't forget to record your attendance. The attendance link can be found in the chat box area. In today's session, Dr. Azmi will share his teaching experience in China. Hence, the topic for today's talk is Bridging Classrooms, Sharing Teaching Experience in Henan, China. So without further ado, I would like to invite Dr. Azmi to start the session. Please welcome.
Thank you, Dr. Lin.
Okay.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. First and foremost, I would like to thank to Dr. Ilim as MC for, moderator for this morning. And secondly, I would like to thank to Dr. Hazwani for inviting me for this session talk. Basically, this is not a teaching session. This is only the sharing sessions based on my experience as a visiting professor in Henan, China. So I think for this sharing session, I would like just to share about a bit experience. I don't think I have much experience compared to all of the lecturers in KICT. Yeah, so I think this is only a part of a little bit of my experience in Henan, China. I think this is my first time to be in China as a visiting professor. So for today, I would like to share about some of the experience and also the what they call it, the bridging classroom in Henan, China. Specifically, the university name is Henan Polytechnic Institute. I will share about it after this. So for the agenda today, inshallah, I will talk a little bit on the road to Henan, on the preparations, maybe its benefit to some of our lecturers and maybe students who are preparing the documentation or something else about the visiting or preparing before we go to China, right? And after that, I will talk a little bit on the teaching and learning experience in the HPU, Henan Polytechnic University. Some of the class lab rules, what happened in China in the Henan Polytechnic, and also a little bit on the cultural visits during my visits in China for 1 month lah. Okay, since up to 10 of October until 8 of November. Okay, 1 month in China. Some of the informations, maybe some of you are asking where is Henan province, ya, Henan province ni somewhere else, tak kat situlah. There is on the map about 5 hours journey, okay, 5 hours journey from KLIA, across all the Cambodia, Thailand, Laos, Hanoi, China. Okay, so basically the polytechnic ataupun the institution is Henan Polytechnic University, and the missions visiting that university is basically I am giving a task to teach and sharing the knowledge for the students in Henan Polytechnic, which is I handle 2 sections. Okay, each sections contain around 42 students. I will share about it after this. And the course given to me is actually on the HTML and CSS. Basically, the course is 14 weeks, but I have to cover around 4 weeks. Okay, 4 weeks since week 2, their academic calendar, until 4 weeks lah, 4 weeks. So I need to cover HTML and also CSS. The rest is back to their own lecturer or teacher in the university. Basically, Polytechnic is the technology focus, like our Polytechnic, right? It's more to hands-on. So I have to suit our teaching style with this kind of student behavior. Okay, on the preparing to that kind of states of China country, so which the preparation I am preparing on the e-wallet lah, Alipay, WeChat. Okay, on the Alipay we can use a Didi like a Grab in China, and so many things. So I think before we go, we have to prepare this kind of e-wallets lah, e-wallets. So because all the communications, all Google communications are blocked in China. Okay, so meaning that I cannot access an email from Gmail. I cannot access Google Map. I cannot access ChatGPT. I cannot access many things if I am using the internet access from the university. Okay, unless you are roaming, so then you can still access from the network lah. All right. The role there is basically to be a visiting professor, as I mentioned. So what happened is university sponsored, Alhamdulillah, all flight tickets, accommodations, insurance over there for 1 month. Yeah. So what I need to pay is only food lah. Okay, food. Okay, next slide. So a little bit on the Henan Polytechnic campus. This is the photos around the campus. So on the left side this is basically at night lah, a photo I've taken around the lake at the university. And on the right side, basically all during the siang hari. Okay, so which basically on the right side is all inside the campus. Okay, Henan Polytechnic University basically is a China's oldest technical institution. Technical institution founded in 1909, located in Jiangzhou. It's a major university with over 40,000 students, known for engineering and applied science. Right? HPU basically located Henan tu, dia punya area is Zhengzhou. So the flight basically from KLIA to Zhengzhou, and from Zhengzhou Airport to the university around 1 hour's journey by Didi, by Grab. Okay, so I have been tasked to teach about the HTML, as I mentioned lah, for in this university. And then before we go inside the university, I would like to share some information lah. I think most of the university in China, but I'm not sure in Malaysia, but in our university, we don't have this lah. Basically, all inside the campus, they are installed all the entry points with the barrier gate with face recognition system. So meaning that when we want to enter the university, we have to declare as a student or staff, right? So let's, for example, myself, I've been registered for 1 month as a Lao She teacher lah. Okay, so then I have to, when I want to enter or go out from the university, I have to scan my face, and then this barrier gate will be open. So there is only one staff, like an awesome, dia punya guard will be stay nearby this turnstile barrier gate to make sure that the students or lecturers coming in is registered, and if you are not registered, you are not allowed to come in. So this is not only on the main gates. We have a lot of main gates. There are 3 main gates: south, east, north gate. So all installed with this. And also it's positioned in a student hostel inside the university. So meaning that when the student would like to enter to their hostel, they have to go through with this barrier, right? And also implemented to staff housing areas, which is inside the university. So these three main area are installed to make sure that safety for the student, staff in the campus. So this is only sharing for what happened and what I've experienced in Henan Polytechnic. Yeah, I don't have the photo, real photo, because I don't think that I need to snap lah the photo. So I take it from the internet. So Alhamdulillah, as I did mention, basically I have appointed by this university as a visiting professor, right? In Henan Polytechnic, the location is Zhengzhou city, Henan province, China. So this I have been appointed starting from 10th of October until 8th of November. Okay, 1 month. One of the reason months because now China, we don't have to apply for a visa within 30 days. So that's why Malaysian people can go within 30 days lah. So all the tickets and also insurance on the right side here, I'm just sharing the insurance have been covered by university for my my journey and also my dekat China for 1 month. So I have to teach a web programming, which is the web programming, as you know lah, kita punya in our courses is web tech, okay. So this is about the some of the information lah. Okay, I just want to teach, I would like to share about the teaching and learning parts ataupun sharing session what happened in Henan ataupun Polytechnic University tu, right? Which is I share with you my class schedule in Polytechnic, in Henan Polytechnic, which is there I have to teach on the HTML5 and CSS3 web design. And also I have to cover 2 sections, which is class Cat 1, Cat 1 and Cat 2. Okay, so for your informations, these students in Henan Polytechnic basically is a diploma level. They are polytechnic. They are not they are not bachelor student, right? They are polytechnic, and polytechnic is a diploma student. But in terms of courses, I do think that they are learning about what we have learned in bachelor program previously when we have a previous punya course program lah before we review our course. So after we review our course, WebTech, actually we pass to our friends in CFS. So this is this course teach in diploma level. So in diploma level, I have covered 2 sections. If you can see Monday and Tuesday, I have covered Cat 1 and Cat 2. So this is basically is the they call it is a tutorial, is a class, teaching class. All right. And then lab ni, Cat 1 lab, Cat 2 lab, Cat 1 lab, Cat 2 lab. So which is a lab session. So meaning that Cat 1, I have to cover 1 section for class and 2 section for lab. Okay, so altogether I have 6 sections to cover every week, right? So you can see this in the morning, Tuesday until evening. So this is class schedule for my class in Henan Polytechnic. So before that, this is the meet and greet session with Henan KEM lah, kuliah executive members. So basically, this guy basically is a director, okay, of institute, and we have also the head and also the deputy director of internationalization office in Henan Polytechnic. So this is event, meet and greet. So I'm not the only one. I will share with you other members. So this is myself during that session. The certification has been given during this time. So this is all the visiting professors from Henan University. Some of them are coming from UKM. Might be some of you are familiar with this space. We have a UKM team members. We have Uniraza from Uniraza. We have from Italy, also from South Africa, and also from France. Okay, so I think most of the South Africa Italians were all teaching in English. They are teaching English in that university, and from IIUM, UKM, and also UNISA, we are teaching on technology, which is engineering and also IT. Right, so this is all the team members during the greet and meet session. Some of the things that I would like to share is about this is on my experience lah. I think we have Prof Mira here, we have Prof Tengku here. I think they have a lot of experience comparing to myself. So this is I would like to share on my experience, which basically in Malaysia, I just only have 5 years experience in academic. Previously, I'm in industry. Okay, so in Henan University, I look into some new environment lah. So that what I would like to share, something that might be can take some idea. Maybe part of that we can try to explore and plan to implement lah, if possible, in our KICT, not IIUM, right? So this is gambar from AI, okay? All right, so this is the course outline, okay? Course outline that has been given to me a week before I arrive in Henan Polytechnic, right? So they are giving me a teaching design, course outline lah. They're giving course outline. They are giving me all the slides from week 1 until week 14. And then they are giving me apa lagi? Course outline. Schedule, class schedule, and everything's previously a week before. A week before I arrive at Henan Polytechnic. So then after we arrive, so what happened is first thing I have to discuss with our teaching assistant. So if you can see in the photo on the right side, this guy is my teaching assistant for Cat 1. This lady is my teaching assistant for Cat 2. Right? And the other one is translator. Okay, so that's the challenge lah, right? If you can see all the course outline and all the course slide and also all the exercise. Yeah, the exercise, so we have a code HTML given, but part of them is in Chinese. Apa character? Chinese character, Chinese language, right? So that's the challenge that we face before we arrive at the Henan Polytechnic. So what happened is, Alhamdulillah, we have an AI. Okay, so luckily, during this time we have an AI. So what happened is I translated, right, all the course outline and also the teaching slide, okay, for my class, right? So, but the communication still we have a problem. So as you can see, I discussed with the translator, and translator need to translate. From the discussion, they will translate to TA, teaching assistant. Okay. The other things, if I would like to ask directly to my TA, I need to use WeChat, so which I need to install from Malaysia, because we have to do some registration, confirm our phone number, credit card, and everything. Should be done in Malaysia, because nanti dekat sana we have a problem to register. So when we communicate with WeChat have a one features, which is they can translate it directly from our text. So when we text, hello Michael, so one of these guys, Michael lah, dia beri nama. In English name dia Michael. Alright, so hello Michael, so you can translate it to Chinese punya Chinese text, and also they can convert balik to English. So that's how we communicate lah. Alright, sometimes during the class when I ask to do some things, I will have to work with the WeChat. Right, so this is happening in HPU. So another things, they're given me the books, textbook. When I arrive, based on the course outline, they are giving me a book. So from book, I have to study, but I don't know how to study it because all in Chinese character. Okay, so this is the books. So this is the books. So this is the slide. This is a part of the books. This is the TOC, which is you can see even it is English, and this is in Chinese. Tapi kalau in the content, fully 100% Chinese. So we are facing this kind of problem. I don't know how to tell our students, the students there, how to create a new folders. Because their Windows, even they are using Windows, tapi Windows dia in Chinese character. And the students and also the teaching assistant lah, also their teacher, they don't know, some of them, they don't know how to read in Rumi ni. This one is Rumi kan, English. F, O, so because they don't have this kind of character, so they only know how to read Chinese character ni. So I don't know how to tell them to create a directory, create a new file, create .html file. So that are the challenging lah. So but Alhamdulillah, managed to do the to deliver the content. Okay, the first week, right? I need to make sure the goal of this class basically to grasp the core concept of HTML and CSS. The hurdle, as I mentioned, language barrier in teaching. All right. Some of them different prior knowledge base. Some of them is quite techie guy. Ada walaupun even they don't know how to speak in English, but when I just show something, do some coding, and then they can pick up. They can pick up. So I think, yeah, because ilmu is a nur, even English is not understand by them. So, but still we can use our haha, yes, no, like that lah, right? So this is in the class, right? So I need to use a strategy using a visual aids, something a live coding, PowerPoint translator. PowerPoint translator is quite good, and universal example. Okay, so for this one, first time I go to the class, the first questions is how many of you students understand English? Okay, unfortunately, none of them raise up the hand, and I start from there. I don't know how to, because during that time, I'm not preparing much in the translated to Chinese character lah. Even I'm using an AI, but for preparing class, for prep the class. Okay, so then first question I start, how to deliver this. Alright, so for first day and second day, confused sikit lah. Dia cacar marbar sikit because I don't know how to deal with them. Okay, can you imagine, slide given to me is this. Okay, is this. Ada icon. This is a TOC, table of content. They are giving me a slide. So the slide for one chapter, HTML, one slide, HTML is about 150 slide. 150 slide. Have to cover lah. CSS, another 100 something slide they are given. Okay, so this is the things. They are giving me the English lah, Chinese character punya slide. So I don't know how to do it. So then I have to translate one by one. All right. But I am not translated directly 100% in English. I'm not doing it because if I translated in English 100%, they don't know how to read this character. Okay, English character. They don't know how to read. So what happened is I must remain as is, and then I translated for myself to do explanations and deliver my task as a teacher, as a visiting professor. So this is a familiarize yourself with the use of property, master the use of relationship selectors, master the use of structured pseudo class selector, master the use of stateful pseudo class selector, learn how to use pseudo element selector. So all of about CSS lah ni. Okay, selector, what selector, right? So this is, I need to prepare before the class. I still need to take the time lah, every time a class. So this is the lab session class. I would like to share with you the this one. So all this HTML, part of them, of course lah, because it is a keyword kan, body, H1, HTML, this is English. But some of them, inside that, I type hello, but basically it will turn to Chinese character. So if you can imagine how difficult the barrier for the English delivery lah in Henan. So Alhamdulillah, But I am using for this one, dekat slide ni, I am using the translator from PowerPoint translator. Okay, PowerPoint translator, which is this is very helpful. PowerPoint translator is very powerful, alhamdulillah. But the thing is, when I use that, I have to speak slowly because they need to read the translator. Ada bawah ni sepatutnya I have the translator. Okay, whatever I say, it will translate here lah, automatically. Compared to yang slide ni, I have to translate one by one. Okay, but when we communicate, they don't know what I am communicate with. So that's why I need a translator, auto lah translator. Okay, some of the students they are record my lecture, record, lepas tu they stop and then they dengar for the translator. So all the students have their own lah. Ada yang pakai earbuds, right? So all the technology lah. But the thing is knowledge is delivered, right? Yeah. Alhamdulillah. So this is one of the example ataupun exercise that the students need to develop by using HTML and CSS in their lab session. So which is still in Chinese character juga, and I have to convert. To make sure that I understand. This is all coming from the book that I've shared to you just now. Right? This book. So when I look into this book, I think in KICT, if possible, I know that the senior people here, they have an experience to teaching with a textbook, yeah. But during my time, I'm 2020, 2021, I never ever had books. So the difficulties, dia punya problem is to standardize all the section. For example, kita ada database, we have MIS with a multiple section. Some of sections up to 10 sections, 9 sections, 8 sections. So how to make them standardized? The same exercise to the students, the same reference, same exercise, same slide, right? Because we are facing macam ni, during my time ni, they are passing me on chapter 2, starting from chapter 2 and chapter 3. They are just giving me, I just follow the book, right? I follow the book. So this is one thing lah that we can standardize it if possible. Okay, so same exercise, but you know that this is their team, their own leaders, China leaders, which I'm not sure who, right? So but this is the exercise. All the exercises are related to their leaders. All the exercise, and maybe we can have this kind of we can mazhab ke, we have sahabat ke, right? I'm not sure. So, but this is the things that we can develop for our students to know better lah, since they are a student. Macam ni, country China leader, but I'm not sure who lah. One of the China leader. Dia ada 3-4 exercise. There are a lot of exercise. Most of them end product is their team, dia punya leaders, China leaders. I'm not sure what. Maybe they're trying to tell the students this is their leaders, good leaders and everything. Yeah. Some of the class lab rules. Okay, some of the class lab rules. Dah nak habis slide lah. So this is the classroom setup. Okay, so as we know that in KICT, we have a classroom setup and we have a lab session setup. Okay? So this is the classroom, which is all about the fixed row table in the classroom. Fixed row. So as you know that I have a 42 students per section, all arranged in the classroom, all arranged on fixed rows, requiring strategic movement. Okay, you can see I have, basically dekat depan tu, I have the stage lah, the steps at the stage. So basically I am higher than our students lah, which is I think that's good compared to we are only at the same level of the students kan. Tapi never mind. So this is the place, the table, which is the table is apa tu? I can stand up to do something. Which kalau KICT we have a table and then we have to sit down and then we have to stand up and then we have to sit down. Okay, so this is the projector is everything. You can see this one. This is the translator, right? Translator, which is when I talk about anything, it will translate, and I make sure I speak a little bit slow so that students can read, not facing to my face, read. Okay, and then apa lagi, the classroom is equipped with a central instructor console, projector screen, and normal lah. Okay, this one we have, we also have in KICT. Natural lighting, okay, natural lighting. So this is the class, one of the class. And then one of the class rule at the punya class, as we in KICT, we have 1.5, 1.5 hours class and also lab session. So all section tadi yang ada 6 session to my students per week tu. So all session is 1.5 hours. Itu belum compared to the preparation lah. Preparation take another hours, right? And then what I learned from this HPU is the beginning and ending classes exactly according to the schedule. I'm not sure other classes, but in my class, when class started at 8:30, it is sharp 8:30. I have to open session, but not with Al-Fatihah lah. Okay. Good morning and everything. So started 8:30. So the students will be in the class. Normally I can see most of them will be in class 8:20. Ini kalau class 8:30 lah. So meaning that 10 minutes before the class start, the students are in the class or lab. Teaching assistant, some of the teaching assistant will be in the class half an hour before the class started. So when I go, kita biasalah around 8:25 kan, no, student dah ada. There is a student in the class, teaching assistant dah preparekan our slide, bukan slide lah, our slide, projectors on, because all the system on everything's menu in Chinese. So I don't know how to push yang mana satu. Okay, not in English. So I don't know which one is on, which one is off. All right, so everything's prepared. So I come, tap to my computers, and then slide. 8:30, every time the class started, there is a bell ring, macam sekolah. Okay, bunyi bell ring je, and then the teaching assistant will ask me, Professor, panggil Professor lah. Professor, you can start now. So 8:30, I have to start my class, right? And also ending class pun, I have to stop at the exactly 10 o'clock ataupun 9:50 lah. 8:30 to 9:50, I have to stop. Dia ada bell ring, and the second bell ring to stop the class. At one time too, I have completely finished my chapter too early because I am only prepared my class until, let's say lah, until slide 50. Kan, slide 50, because I have to translate all the Chinese character to English. So I prepare until slide 50. But unfortunately, my classes finish early, 9:30 masa tu. 9:30. So I asked my teaching assistant, okay, I have complete, so what to do now? I don't have any idea. Dia kata, Professor, you have to continue. Continue until 9:50. So they not allow their students to out from the class before the class time. So I have to open the slide without any translation. So I have to teach based on my imagination lah, on the character tu kan. And then sometimes dia ada apa tu, ada English sikit-sikit tu, macam HTML something tu, I just deliver lah what I understand. Okay, sometimes I have to have a look into books juga, right? So that one lah, the things that I think that better and good to bring the culture, right, to the KICT, right? So after the class finish, you can see there are a lot or many students are out together. So the campus is very happening, very happening. During class time je semua kosong. After the class, okay, in between tu dia ada gap 20 minutes. Okay, from the class to another class, the gap 20 minutes. Macam kita, we are only 10 minutes. Okay lah, 20 minutes for them to go to another class. Right? Masa tu happening lah. All of the students are go through and all the ni pergi sini, go to another room. And my class, first class is classroom. Second class, I have to go to the lab. So all together, myself and also the student and the teaching assistant have to go to another lab session in the lab. Right? So I just would like to say that dekat sana, even all of them are moved lah from class to class. Alhamdulillah, we are in KICT. Sometimes academic office are giving us the same class, 8:30. Students go out, lecturer will be there. Kan? Alhamdulillah, thank you Sister Narita lah kalau ada kat sini. Right, Narita dia assign macam tu. But dekat sana, in the Henan Polytechnic University, we have to move. Okay, we have to move. Alright. So another things that I've learned from the Henan Polytechnics is the attendance. Ini in my class, I'm not sure all the class. I'm not asking about the other class. So in my class, I can see that the attendance taken by counting the phone in the holders. The other holders ni, I check, this is dekat Shopee boleh jual around RM30 lah, around 20 ringgit, around that. So what happened is dia gantung these holders in front of the class. So every students come in have to put the phone in the folders. Okay, attendance will be taken by that. Okay, but when I ask the teaching assistant why they have to put the phone kat sini, so they wants to not allow there to play games, okay, and using any AI for the class. So dia control with these all phones need to be put on holders. Kalau phone tu tak ada, attendance absence lah, absence. Okay. Another things, sometimes the second lab tu handle by the teaching assistant in Chinese. Dia bagi chance two times I conduct in English. So another session conduct by 100% Chinese, but I assist. So kalau you tengok this time ni ada satu gambar. Maybe after this got, okay. So I assist the teaching assistant. Okay. So this is 20 minutes gap between the class and lab. I think this is normal lah. So what the new things to me is about the phone holders ni. Right, but walaupun di control ni, still some of the students are playing games. I noticed that. Yeah, I noticed that. So when I go to that students, and then they suruh balik. When I ask the teaching assistant, baru we know that the students have two phones. So one phone just to put as the attendance, another phone's in the pocket, and then sometimes they're boring ke apa, they play a game. Alright, but during this time, during this meeting, right, we have been asked by the top management of the office to all the visiting professors to tell us to make sure that no students are playing games in the class, especially for year 1 student, which is my class, year 1 students lah, because they are learning about the HTML kan. Especially year 1 students, dia kata. So when we ask why, dia kata university, dia kata Henan University would like to make sure that all the first year students have a very good attitude. Dia bagi tahu. Very good attitude, no play games in the class, right? If you can see any students are playing the class, tell the teaching assistant because they know that they don't tak faham. English student don't understand English. So talk to teaching assistant will go and ask them to put aside lah their phone. So meaning that the KEM members dalam, right, are very concerned about the attitude of the students and the behavior of the student, especially year 1 student. Dia kata sebab year 1 students is a new students lah. If they are terbiasa dengan normalize with that bad things, they are afraid that during go to second year, third year, so it is normal for them. So they're not allowed and ask us as the visiting professor to take note if there is other student yang play games in the class. Tapi ada. Right? Tapi ada. Okay. So this is lab session rules pula. If you can see the photos, all the labs set up. Okay, lab setup, kursi dia pun tak adalah hebat sangat, biasa, alright, but tak ada sandar pun, tak ada kursi sandar pun. Duduk 1.5 hours, right, macam Kung Fu style. Jackie Chan adalah kursi macam ni, right. So this is the chair and then this is lab. You can see the lab with a raised floor. Dia macam server room lah, tapi tak kisahlah, I think because of the cabling bawah tu lah kan. So our lab is normal floor, semua built-in PowerPoint dekat bawah. So okay lah, but they have a PC, run Windows, tapi not up to date punya Windows lah, biasa punya Windows, Windows lama. And they are controlling by the one system for lab system lah, where when the lecturer would like to present, and then they can control the student's PC. They can control to become one ni lah, focus in one PC, which is teacher punya PC. Teacher punya screen. So this is ni lah. Oh, another thing that I forgot to say that about the book study, all students, some of them, they have a books bring to the class, and if they are not bring the books ke apa in the class, what happen is in the class tu there is a book store stored in the, adalah tempat dia dekat tepi ya. Okay, dekat beside the room tu ada buku banyak ah. So kadang-kadang student masuk and take one, go to the table, take one, go to the table. So they will refer to the same. Okay, so that's the culture lah yang ada dekat situ. And for your information, during the lab ni, internet access down. Okay, internet access disconnected. Internet, LAN ada. Only LAN is allowed because dia nak pakai sistem internal tu. Okay, so what happened is all the exercise need to be typed by student, not copy and paste from AI. Right? So when I preparing my tutoring punya session, when I give in Microsoft Word all the codings, I will ask students to copy and paste, bukan copy and paste, to do this HTML, kan, open HTML, close, open body, close body, open title, close title. So I'm giving it a title in the Microsoft Word. Teaching assistant asked me, Professor, can you change to picture, photo, snap, and put it in Microsoft Word? I'm asking why. So they don't want students to copy and paste without learning something. So when I put into, so what they need to do is type lah, because they don't have a chance to access the AI. Kalau tidak, we can upload photos in AI and then ask AI to do the coding kan. So they have to do lah, start from HTML, open and close, JavaScript, macam tu lah, CSS, import, everything. So this is the cultures lah, what happened there. Lab system control students, okay, raised floor, built-in, everything's built-in together with the microphone. Ada microphone built-in dekat sini, so that wherever I go, the microphone tu will be captured your voice and then clearly lah. Even student yang duduk belakang at the back side, so they can still clearly dengar your instructions and everything, right? So this is kind of lab session. This is my Cat 1 students. This is in the lab where this student, I think they have a problems to run HTML error, right? So when I go, I have to go one by one. When I go to students ni, they will do something else lah because they stuck. Tapi dia nak tanya tak tahu, they don't know how to ask, right? So I have to make, dia panggil apa? Approach lah. I have to approach the student asking, are you okay? Tapi dia tengok nilai kita, are you okay pun dia tak faham. Dia jawab okay. Tapi stuck je, screen tu kosong. HTML pun tak ada. Right? So when I look into that, I go and type for the first step, I type HTML for them, open title, and then okay, I ask them, so this one copy from this book or from the instruction. Copy. So when they look into the frame, they know, oh, this is HTML. Okay, HTML dah ada, title dah ada, so body. So dia tengok dekat buku, look into the books, and then oh, books have to type in some in the body. So they starting from body. So that's the one why how I am assist the students in the lab session. Okay. So this is a Cat 2 students, quite many lah, all of them, 42 per section lah, as I mentioned. So this is a session, the lab punya setup. So this is always, this is my student juga, all students. So this is teaching assistant. Okay, when I, basically she is the head of department, I'm not sure department apa, tapi computer lah, head of department become my teaching assistant during that time for 4 weeks. Okay, but they are quite struggle. I discussed with the Michael, another TA, and also this teacher. Okay, what happened is they have to teach quite many of number of section. Okay, uh, Michael tu he has to teach from morning until night. Ada 2 hari. So maksudnya tak ada gap. Kita Alhamdulillah kita ada 4 section maximum. Tu pagi petang, lepas tu kita ada Rabu. They all full teaching, always in teaching lah, they teaching. So and then when I ask how many course that they have to teach, so the Michael and this lady, they mentioned I think 5 or 6 courses, 5 or 6 course. Section tu lain, course pun lain. So means that one dia kena ajar apa tu HTML, JavaScript tu satu course. Another course they have to teach apa tu Tailwind ke apa? Tailwind. Lepas tu ada course for mobile application, they are not using Flutter, they using another ni mobile juga. And then another course, banyak course. A lot of course. I think 5 or 6 courses they need to teach a week. Right? So Alhamdulillah we are in KLCT, okay lah, kita ada 4 section. Paling maksimum pun 2 course. Kan? So Alhamdulillah lah. Right? So this is class in China. So this is the last day of class. Dapatlah. Dia dah hujung-hujung barulah student tu nak okay dengan kita lah. Because they, itulah English punya barrier. So this is the last day of class. Alhamdulillah. And some of the Henan cultural visit. Alhamdulillah, I have a chance to visit banyak tempat lah, but I just share with you one of them is a museum. So which I have a chance to meeting with the leaders of university. Ada orang lain tau, tapi they treat them like kita punya YB lah, right? So we have a chance to meet that leaders. And from there, they said that if you visit Henan and you visit the cultural, you covered half of China punya historical. So we are going to museum. So this is the team from Malaysia, right? From Malaysia. And then this is a museum lah. Kat museum ni there is a lot lah. I can't remember the dynasty. There is a lot of dynasty, but I'm not the historical person. Jadi my memory is not good lah to remember all the dynasty, all the tahun and everything. I'm not good on that. Okay, hafalan is very banyak minum semut yang kata. Right. So yang ni, this one, Alhamdulillah, I have a chance to go to BYD Museum, right, which is in Henan juga. So BYD ni there is a lot in China, banyak. So there is one BYD Museum in Henan. So we are going by bus lah ni. Okay, by bus around berapa lah? Ini by bus and by train dekat city, in the city lah. Okay, so dia ada kereta baru yang belum masuk Malaysia, BYD. Dapatlah test. Ini SUV. Yang ini pun I think belum keluar kat Malaysia. This is model dia lah kot. I think not keluar lagi. Yang ada banyak di sini is Sea Lion tu kan. Yang ini yang SUV macam ni dan macam Jeep ni still tak tahu lah, belum release kot. Okay. So from what I have read, BYD ni is actually starting from a battery punya company lah. Battery punya company, and then they bought one company, car company, and then they integrate the technology and then become BYD lah. BYD ni taklah lama sangat, but the market control dia is quite good lah. Okay. In China, I think 2020, from what I have read in the library, ada library, 2030 they would like to zero emission ke zero carbon itulah. Okay, to 2030. But from what I have seen, all local people they are driving EV, motorcycle pun EV. So many of them is EV lah. DD pun all EV. Sometimes we can see the BMW yang EV tu new version pun jadi DD. So I have a chance, Alhamdulillah lah, when I naik DD tu dapatlah rasa naik Tesla, Mercedes, BMW all EV lah. Okay, Toyota EV yang baru pun ada juga. So Alhamdulillah. Another part dah nak habis, my last slide. So this is a Shaolin Temple, around 2 hours journey by bus from the Henan Polytechnic University to the Shaolin Temple. Shaolin Temple is quite famous lah, popular. Tempat kungfu, belajar kungfu. right? So they have the structured in Kung Fu lah, banyak self-defense, self-defense. So most of them basically sent by their parents too, because dia ada some of them they have a bad attitude dekat rumah, so they have to be sent here. Ada asrama, stay dekat situ. So every day around 6 hours to 7 hours kot training, self-defense training. After that barulah dia ada academic sikit. So 6 hours a day, start daripada dia punya warm up ke apa ke, 6 hours lah every day, right? So this is the alhamdulillah lah, chances for me to explore their culture. So I think this is my slide. Thank you, terima kasih. In Chinese dia panggil share kot, tak tahulah macam mana nak sebutnya. So Alhamdulillah, I would like to thanks my appreciations to especially number one lah, Prof. Emeritus Datuk TS Dr. Tengku Ahmad Tunku Sembo, the Dean of KICT, for giving me a chance, giving me the opportunities, okay? Because this is a 1 month project, I have to left many things in the office. Thank you, Prof, for helping approval for the form. Banyak approval need to be done before we go travel. And then also all the deputy deans, from Dr. Rosina, Dr. Amir, for helping me, especially covered me during the meetings, as well as special meeting, and also Dr. Shima for giving me approval. Alhamdulillah, thank you, Dr. Shima, for giving me this kind of opportunity and guidance as well. And also special thanks to Dr. Ilin. Dr. Ilin, moderator. Thank you very much for helping me covering for 1 month, where I know that's most of the students' activity during that time, especially KICT fairs and many things. And also Sister Hafizati to helping Dr. Ilin and also this office. We are still communicate, even I'm in China to help them in the office. And also all the lecturers directly or indirectly who support me for this kind of opportunities in Henan Polytechnic. I thank you to all of you. So hopefully that if we have another chances, I will try to apply again lah. Inshallah. So this is the environment of university, right? Suhu sejuk around 12, 13. But somehow when I look into the sunny day, so I'm not using any jacket ataupun coat lah. Okay. Dia ada winter time, dia ada snow. But Alhamdulillah during this time, dia tak ada. Dia baru autumn kot. Autumn. So this is a campus punya environment in the morning lah, when I would like to go to the class. So I think that's all from me, Dr. Eileen. I really hope that it will share something that you can get something, give an idea, for example, kan, so that we can apply in our class lah, especially for us to do improvement lah, okay, to our class, inshallah. So I think that's all from me. Alhamdulillah, thank you very much. I pass back to the Dr. Eileen lah for any question lah, kalau ada questions. I hope tak ada question lah, Dr. Eileen. And please in English, not in Chinese.
Okay, share, Lao share.
Yeah,
Okay. Alright, okay, thank you very much, Dr. Azmi, for a very interesting sharing session. So now is the question and answer session. So I'd like to open this session to everyone. You may just turn on your mic, or you can just type your question in the chat box area, and I will ask the question to Dr. Azmi. Okay, while waiting for them to ask questions, so I have a question to Dr. Azmi. So what was the best experience that you had while teaching that? Maybe you can share some with us.
The best thing, I'm not sure what is the best things, but I think the experience is when we are teaching ataupun deliver knowledge to other language kan. So what we can apply is AI is good lah. AI is good for translation, and somehow I can see even they are not understand so called lah. We can say 90% of them ataupun 90% of the knowledge to not deliver literally to them, but they are still can capture, but I'm not sure how lah, because we are human. I think human is we have a different intelligence compared to AI, right? Where some of the students even they don't know, but they can do the lab session though. Some of them can deliver the product, meaning that the exercise tu dia boleh buat all the things. Scroll, kan kita boleh scroll in, kan? Scroll in boleh different color. So they all can do it. Even I'm teaching in the class and also explain in the lab session. I think they don't know lah what I'm talking about. But from itulah, because we have an as a human we have our own knowledge, intelligence lah, our intelligence to capture and to apa sambung dot yang ada kat dalam kepala kita lah.
Okay, yeah. All right. And also, may I know how you get to know about this opportunity, this teaching opportunity?
Oh, basically, we have a contact lah. We have a contact with an agent there. There is one agent in China with other university dekat Malaysia, but they are looking for another university lecturers juga. So they invite us. That's the opportunities lah yang we grab from that. So meaning that I think based on apa tu yang dipanggil contact lah ataupun friends yang kita kena berkawan lah dengan ramai sikit. Alhamdulillah lah yang tu.
I see. Okay. I guess no questions are being posted. Right. So thank you again, Dr. Azmi. So before we end our session, can everyone turn on your camera for photography session?
Can I stop the screen?
Dr. Azmi, one question boleh?
Oh, okay, yes, sure.
Okay, so since like they are controlling AI, right? Like ChatGPT, controlling their phone usage. How about the other tools? We have like Jenny, Elicit, DeepSeek. DeepSeek is from China, right? So do they control the usage of those AI platform as well in teaching and learning?
Okay. In teaching and learning, they are control it. As I mentioned, the internet access is down in the lab. Tapi if you are using outside of the class, outside of the lab, apa tu dipanggil Wi-Fi, so we still can access DeepSeek. And I look into most of the students are using DeepSeek. So I think that's how they can push DeepSeek lah compared to ChatGPT, because they have all China block ChatGPT, so they only have one chance lah. On the explicit apa semua tu, I'm not using it, but tak perasan lah whether you can access it tak. Tapi what I know is all Google platform. Microsoft can be use it in the class because they are using Windows, tapi in Chinese. They are using in Windows. So Windows platform, Microsoft Teams. So I conduct my class dekat IUM using MS Teams lah. MS Teams. But the apa tu? Gmeet, apa lagi? Google Mail, apalah semua Google platform, semua block.
Okay.
Alright.
Alright. So does it has implications on the genuine authenticity of their submissions of assignments?
Okay. Submission is as you know in my class, the submission of assignment during the lab session when I ask, it's only the exercise practice. I've never get any submission from the students. So all 2 lab session tu, yang class is okay lah. Class memang teaching class. So 2 session tu, there are no submission, but they need to practice in the class. So do it together. Yang submit tak ada submit lah. Maksudnya when we assist, we look into that. Okay, you have done. Okay, good. Thank you. You are done. So go to another one or start white screen. So we have them. So this is, they call it as a practice. They tak submit. They do it together in the class. I think because of that, they have a 2 session lah on the lab. So they know dia tak ada exercise ataupun kerja rumah. So dia datang, enjoy, dekat buku tu follow. Tapi authenticity apa semua, because they type kan. Type tu, the instruction daripada instructor. So we are the one who prepare the tutor punya session tu. And then they have to type. Each of them need to type, start from HTML sampailah close HTML.
Interesting lah, because that means that even China is very advanced, tapi when it comes to learning, they go to basic. right? They still train and focus on the human intelligence rather than rely on AI.
I agree. One article I read in China kan, dia make sure all AI, including DeepSeek, dia downkan all DeepSeek during the examination yang besar in China. So they memang purposely to stop the service in China to make sure that all the students tu they don't have the access to DeepSeek lah, because dia negara dia memang dia ada satu option je macam WeChat je, they don't have any option. Kalau Alipay je, they know macam kita ada apa e-wallet touch and go, kita ada Boost, kita ada tu, lepas tu bank pun ada buka QR, so kita have many option, we cannot push lah. So they're using only apa tu DeepSeek for example, so they close DeepSeek for 1 week for examinations. Memang I read the article, but I can't remember dekat mana, tapi they stop the service to make sure that the students are learning process. I'm not sure. So how can we adapt that kind of knowledge of culture, not knowledge, culture?
Yeah, I think I agree because I just want to share my experience recently kan. I think in the past 2 to 3 semesters since ChatGPT, I have been increasingly receiving a final examination script that is blank in essays part. Bahagian essay tak jawab langsung. They just answer MCQs. So meaning that some of the students does not even attempt to answer. I don't know if they want to think or they just I don't think they does it. I mean, in terms of effort untuk berfikir sendiri, critical thinking tu dying. So I think it's very concerning on the generation that we have right now because they are increasingly over reliance on AI lah. So maybe we can think of what we can do about that. Based on your experience, it seems like even China still adopting the traditional method of typing the codes rather than copy pasting from ChatGPT. Okay, thank you, Dr. Azmi.
Thank you. So that's in my class. I'm not sure other class. So takut dia treat as a foreigners lecturer ni, they do some good things kan. I'm not sure. So for them to make sure that I bring a good thing lah kat balik Malaysia, I'm not sure they are the class. So in my case, my experience in my class. Disclaimer.
Okay.
To Dr. Aznan.
Yeah, I saw Dr. Aznan raising up his hand. Okay, Dr. Aznan.
Bagi
Assalamualaikum. Thank you, Dr. Azmi, for sharing your wonderful experience over there. Okay. And before I proceed, just would like to also agree with what Dr. Hazwani was mentioning just now. Okay. I mean, with regards to the situation, of our student. So yeah, it is actually something that maybe we have to think about how we can try to handle the situation in that sense. Because even for my own experience, even though I conduct the exam as a open book, meaning the student have the chance to look at the notes or the reference. I also had experience when the student did not answer. I mean, they leave the question blank lah, no answer, even though they already have the note in front of their eyes. So maybe the way the student are learning, or even they don't understand what is the topic about, so that is maybe something that we probably can think about it lah, because it's quite strange lah. It's an open book exam. You have the note in front of you, but you don't answer anything. So what can we say lah? In that sense, maybe the student doesn't understand, the topic or the whatever that we are teaching, because normally that is what I stress to the student. You have to always your main aim in coming to the class is to understand. So before you what we call begin the class, you set that aim, and then after the class finishes, you ask yourself, have you understood what is being discussed in the class today? If you have not understood, then you have to do something to ensure that you are able to understand. Okay, but I just would like to say on it's not a batch, just a plan, you know. We did the mentioned about, you know, half the China.
I'm sorry, Dr. Asnan, your mic is not clear. Can you repeat the question again, Dr. Asnan? Your mic
Okay,
is not clear.
sorry.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, now it's clear. Right.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. So because Dasmi was mentioning about, you know, visiting the museum and knowing half of China. So just to share that recently I saw this video lah about the history of China, and it did mention about the Henan province as one of the main centers lah of their civilization and history development. And also, well, right now, like what we saw just now, the BYD center and everything. So actually, what I know that province is also quite well known for their what we say technology kind of industry activities lah. So maybe if some of you still remember that the Kedah state government, they wanted to set up their airport, so they made the kind of like a joint venture or MOU lah with the Henan province government to set up, you know, their airport. And maybe just one last thing, Dr. Azmi was mentioning that the lecturers over there teach a lot of classes. Maybe I think because it's a polytechnic, you know, and a diploma level course, so maybe, you know, they focus more on the teaching and learning lah, rather than other academic activities.
Yes.
Okay, so that's all. Thank you. Assalamualaikum.
Thank you, Dr. Aznan. On the tu, I nak just nak tambah sikit lah, because there are Henan province ni, Henan provinces is quite good on the agriculture machine. So when I touch down in Henan province tu, I met some of the Malaysian people, Chinese lah, Malaysian people from Penang. They travel directly to look to go to the one apa kilang warehouse about the agriculture machine. They would like to buy from them directly. So bila discuss with them, so baru I pun baru notice that Henan province ni memang quite good in agriculture machine. Dia punya machinery. So that's sambung sikit Dr. Nan tadi lah. Itu on the AI tu, I'm not sure lah. Mungkin Prof Tengku ada kat sini. I'm not sure how to control the AI. Sometimes I just imagine lah, just imagination lah. Maybe we can cut off the internet access dulu ke, cabut switch ke. Other people can do it, but lab je lah. Lab at least during the lab session. Ataupun during 9 to 5, cakap dengan ITD blog. I'm not sure lah. Sebab kita perlu, tapi on the learning process tu, how to control lah. Because we want the students with intelligently enough to think. Kita ni problem solver kan. IT people is problem solver, not problem maker. So I'm not sure kalau kita depends on ChatGPT, kalau dia dah sampai tahap Prof Tengku is okay lah. But there are journey to learning process different kan, really different. So itulah I think my comment. Thank you. Thank
you, Dr. Hans and Dr. Azmi. So we have another question from Dr. Riza in YouTube. So his question is, in your opinion, are Chinese students smarter generally compared to our local students with regard to computing and maths?
Kalau compared to computing, I think at par with I think Malaysian students quite good, better than them for ICT. But from my communication and discussion with our friends in engineering, they really said that UKM compared to Henan Polytechnic, they are quite good in mathematics, because they are, bila dia go to the class engineering dia punya class is not on IT kan, so dia ada banyak formula. Dia go to the class and just write on the white screen tu, whiteboard tu, dia tulis. Lepas tu ada 2 or 3 students yang tidur, dia panggil hak tidur tu. Ini real case. Dia from UKM, one of them, dia panggil hak tidur tu, dia suruh please resolve. Kawan tu selamba dia tulis. Lepas tu dia kata, oh budak ni faham pula. Tapi in maths, I think they are quite good because dia daripada kecil memang numbers is dia punya ni lah. Mungkin, I'm not sure. Tapi IT, I think at par. At par.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Azmi and Dr.
Thank
Rizal
you.
for the question. So any more questions from the audience? You can just write it in the chat box. Yeah, I guess no more questions. So thank you once again, Dr. Azmi and fellow audience. Now it's time for us to take a photo session. Can you just please turn on your camera? Sorry, how do I change this to grid?
Kena tukar semua.
Yes. Do I have the control to change it to grid, or who has the control to change?
Dr. Lin, sorry,
Yes.
Dr. Lin. I don't have webcam, so I cannot turn on my camera.
Okay, it's okay, don't worry.
Okay.
All right, it's okay. Now I'm trying to basically change the layout of the screen, but I couldn't see how I can do that.
Focus tu kot, yang ada tak yang focus ke apa ke? Remove the focus ke apa?
Oh, view gallery.
Bukan view.
Okay, yes. Now
View.
can view everyone. Okay.
Ya ke? I nampak dua je.
It's okay. What matters most is my screen
Oh, okay.
because I'm going to do the screenshot. All right.
Okay.
Okay, it's nice to see some faces here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay. Okay, let me just see. Okay, done. All right. Okay, thank you once again. Let's end this session with Sarawak Arts and Tasbih Festival. Okay, thank you once again, Dr. Azmi. Thank you, Dr. Hazwani
Thank you,
and
Dr.
Sister
Azmi.
Nolaili for
Thank you,
organizing
Pak.
this session. And thank you all audience. Inshallah, we see you again in our next seminar. Assalamualaikum.
Thank you, Dr. Azmi. Thank you, Lin.
Dr. Azmi.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Lin.
Salam, thank you all.
Thank you, Dr. Azmi.
Thank you.
Yes, yeah.
Yes, yeah.